On number 1, we have the OnePlus 6. Now, as far as the performance goes, it will have a Snapdragon 845 with 6GB of RAM and 64GB of ROM, or with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of ROM. And that is not the usual equation we get. It will be running Android Oreo 8.0. The primary camera will consist of dual lens, in which one will be of 16 megapixel and the other will be of 20 megapixel. And there will also be a dual tone LED flash beside it. The secondary camera will consist of 16 megapixel. It will have an optic AMOLED display which is used to blend the notch in with the screen so it doesn't stand out. The screen itself will be about 6.28 inches, which will give us an aspect ratio of 19:9, and it will be covered by Corning Gorilla Glass 5. It will have Type-C charging with a battery of about 3450 mAh. And as far as the design goes, it will be made of glass and aluminum, and we cannot tell you the specifics because these are all leaks and rumors. And there will also be a fingerprint scanner on the rear side of the phone. The phone itself will be IP68 water and dust resistance. The phone will charge about 500 euros, and it is launching on 16th May 2018. On number 2, we have the Nokia 6X. It will have Snapdragon 636 with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of ROM, or with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of ROM. And it also will have an Android Oreo 8.1 out of the box. The primary camera will consist of 12 megapixels of dual lens, and the secondary camera will consist of 5 megapixels. The screen itself will be about 5.8 inches, and it will be an IPS LCD display, and there will also be a notch at the front of the screen, which a lot of people don't like about it. It will have a battery of about 3500 mAh, and it will have a fingerprint scanner below the primary camera at the rear side of the phone. It will be launching on 16th May 2018. On number 3, we have the HTC U12. Let's start off with the performance. It has a Snapdragon 845 with 6GB of RAM. This is more than enough power for our daily needs. Other than that, it will have either 64GB of storage or 128GB of storage. The primary camera will consist of dual lens, one of 12 megapixel and the other of 16 megapixel. The secondary camera might also come with dual lens consisting of 8 megapixels. It will have a fingerprint scanner and also a facial recognition, which is known as Face Sense for this device. The battery will have about 3420 mAh, which is a lot smaller battery than our usual devices. It will consist of an IPS LCD display. The screen itself will be about 6 inches WQHD plus resolution, giving us an aspect ratio of 18:9. The front and back will be made of glass, enabling wireless charging. The phone will also consist of thin bezels. Fingerprint scanner will be located below the primary cam at the back side of the phone. Phone itself will be IP68 water and dust resistance, and also, bummer, there will be no headphone jack. The price of HTC U12 will fall in between $650 to $750, which is cheaper than the Samsung Galaxy S8. On number 4, we have the Xiaomi Mi 7. It will have a Snapdragon 845 with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, or 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage, and it will be running Oreo 8.0. It will have an IPS LCD display. The screen itself will be about 5.65 inches, giving us an aspect ratio of 18:9. The primary camera will consist of dual lens of 16 megapixels with a dual tone LED flash, and the secondary camera will consist of 8 megapixels. It will have a battery of 4480 mAh with Type-C charge. The front and back will be made of glass, probably enabling wireless charging, and also there will be no headphone jack in this device also. The Xiaomi Mi 7 will cost around 350 euros, which is a lot cheaper than any of our phones that are coming out. And I don't know about you guys, but it gives us the perfect performance in the least amount of money. So I think I will be looking forward to the Xiaomi Mi 7.